Hey there, Saturday, and I'm tired of doing work today. And I haven't colored at all today. I used restraint, and so I did a lot of stuff that I feel like I've earned it. I've earned my coloring time today. So that's what I'm going to do for a little bit. I'll probably go back and do some more work after. Oh, look at the light gleams on this book cover. This book is by Bailey Black, and this Bailey Black Creative. She has a channel here on YouTube, which I'll put in the description once I get my act together. um, and I just have been in this since last night, and I can't stop coloring in it. Um, this is Martha was working in this book last Saturday, I think it was. I saw it and I ordered it, and when Martha was coloring in it, she couldn't stop. She kept going from page to page, and now I kind of see why. Something about this book is just like I just don't want to stop coloring in it. I don't know. I'm having fun. Um, so I want to show you what I did because I guess I always try to use every coloring book as some kind of learning experience or something, and that's happened with this. I saw Martha using markers with it, alcohol markers, and I thought, well, I probably would use alcohol markers in here. Well, I did some other things, and I haven't even used alcohol markers in it yet. So let me show you. I didn't even notice that one. I got to color that page too. I have this book, and I need to color in that too. Once I realized those things on him were feathers, it's like, oh, I got to change what I'm doing. So I'm thinking about how I'm gonna approach that, or if I'm gonna print some of these on Astrobrite paper, so I can like bring out all the blingage and shiny things and whatever. Anyway, I colored the puppy first. He's cute. I did him with I used Prismas on him, so 3 colors. This is the first page I did. I started with water-based markers. Did I? Or did I start? Yeah, I started with water-based markers. Then I started using pencil. And then I went to the, I don't know, I just started going crazy. I started doing all kinds of stuff. I had done, base all of this with, the water-based marker. And then I went over it with pencil. I was like, I'm not satisfied with how that looks. So I did a little more with the pencil, I think. I have like, I don't know, I think I have 3 pencil colors in this, which is kind of crazy, but I do. Um, and then I went in, I got my acrylic markers. Where are they? They're right here. Ooh, you're supposed to fall over. You're supposed to be picked up. These. I love these things. Tan mitt. And so I went over the cup. I don't know, I was in that, get rid of the lines mood again. I did that with this. I did that with the leaves. Some of them look a little, kind of, but I give myself slack because I'm not that great with markers and I'm learning. So, um, I discovered that on this paper, it seems like pencil kind of goes over some of these pretty good. So I may go over that leaf with pencil. I don't know. I want to put a background in here, but I don't know what to do it with. So I'm waiting on that part. I drew in the pumpkins because I felt like it. even though this pumpkin looks more like a basketball or something. But if you grow pumpkins, you know they don't turn out, you know, the way they show in pictures anyway. So it'll fit for that. um, yeah, I felt compelled to draw in draw in pumpkins, so I did, which is not something I usually do, drawing in my pages. So that's a move forward. I think I use this to do them. It's just an Arteza rollerball pen, like any rollerball pen, really. But it's fun to sketch with these and pens like this. Um, and I wanted it to be like mostly orange. So I even made the leaves orange with a little bit of brown in them. So like brown, gold, and orange. Yeah, so I started going crazy with those Tammet markers. This next one is my favorite. And I look at it, I was like, whoa, did I do that? I really like it. I don't know if anybody else will, but I do. Um, and it's not orange, but I just decided to play around with the colors, and because I'm not that familiar with these markers, so I wanted to, kind of play around with the colors and see what was there. Um, and was kind of, I don't know, I can't even remember what I started with on this. What did I start with? I don't think I used any pencil. I think I used all acrylic marker, which is what these are, acrylic. Um, which was a challenge for me because I'm very sloppy with those things. Because, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with them. Um, I happened to find the red one, the red pen, after I had already finished coloring this. So I may go back in and put a little bit of red in this cherry. Um, but I just kept doing layers and layers, making marks, no pun intended, with the layers with the cake. But that's what I kept doing, like with the cake itself. Um, just making marks in there and like layering them between like two different colors, the brown and this color. And then I use like two or three different pinks in here. One primarily just, and I went over the lines several times. Um, with, and I went over them with different colors. And started thinking about, well, like, because the way acrylic markers are, I learned from Bubbles. I think she says you go from light to dark. So I was keeping that in my head and started with a lighter color and then put the darker part on top. Anything that was dark would put it on top. Um, so thinking about where I needed to leave space so that I could put the light marker in that spot. Um, yes, I was thinking a lot about that as I did this one, but it kind of came easily. I guess I just was in that mode, in that mood to be able to do it. I was in the mood to experiment and I wanted to use something different and I wanted color. So, um, and again, I was coloring over all the black lines for whatever reason. With this, I lined it in part with this color over the black, and then I used brown in there to kind of highlight. And I don't even know, I think I actually left the white part and I didn't color anything on it. I just left it the page. So I used some restraint this time and I didn't color color every possible spot that was on there. I left like these streaks, I left them there, on purpose. Around this cup I left this, and then I added the black because I think the brown because there was a black line there, so I put brown over it. These were black lines and I put brown over them. And I think I did put a little white in this part. I don't know why, but I did. So played around with the leaves, with how to make those so they wouldn't look as janky as some of them on here, particularly this one and this one. So I thought, well, how can I make it, even if it's not going to be the lines that were originally on the page, how can I make them look like leaves using the acrylic marker? Um, and so I just did the line down the middle that was in the original, or was it in the original? I don't know, but I did a line down the middle, and then I did the little, went into the center with it, and so because I had to control how I don't know, I had to make it more uniform than the original picture since I was using the acrylic markers. And like what happened with this was some of the original lines were showing through and I couldn't cover them up. So I thought, well, let me cover it over with something that's going to cover the whole thing, and then use a darker color for the lines. I don't know. Then they have some metallics in this, the Tan Mitt set, in this set of acrylic markers that are really pretty. And so I use them on the stars, which they look a little messy, but I'm going to put a background in this too, and I have to think about what I want in the background, so I figure I'll clean those up when I put in a background. These are so small that I did these with pencil, but I may go in with gel pens or my smaller acrylic markers afterwards. But I'm afraid I'll mess them up. But I'm going to do those after I do the background, I think. Clean them up. I think I also did, I used a metallic on this too, but you can't really tell, I don't think, that it's metallic. You have a metallic bronze. Looks a little messy, but I'm just going to call it rustic. It's a rustic look. So, but yeah, I was really pleased. I think this is the best I've ever done with an acrylic marker before. And so I was happy with it. I really like this page. Except that I do need to do something with those acorns. And I'm going to play around and color a background in this too. I'm going to wait for inspiration to come. So that I was so excited about the acrylic markers on this. And again, I did all these last night. I'm telling you, this book just had me going. I didn't want to stop. That I did this pie. The pie page. This one I did want to make orange. How did that fork turn out? Fork looks kind of wonky, but I used metallics in this too. The metallic, it's not quite a bronze. I don't know what color you call it. And then I went over it with the silver. Again, trying to think in the terms of the negative space, and I don't know, because using the markers, it's so much different. Because using these markers is so much different because they're opaque, and so you can't really blend with them, and they dry really quickly. So yeah, so trying to figure out, okay, how do I put this down in what order to make it look like what I want it to look like, or look close to it at least. The pie has several layers. This just has the acrylic markers and nothing else. But the pie, actually, originally all of this had nothing but acrylic markers, and then on the pie, I had one layer of that same color that the cup is on the other page, and I didn't like that color. It's well, that doesn't really look like pie crust. So I went over it lightly with pencil, and then another color pencil, and to get it this color. So that's why I was saying that it seems like on this paper that pencils work better on top of the acrylic than they do on other types of paper. I don't know. I am kind of tempted to do a little bit of pencil work on this, what do you call it, this topping, the whipped cream. I started also darken these parts too with pencil, and I kind of, these weren't originally here, but I put them there. Probably like a sign that I really love thick crust on my pies. I swear, it's just give me the crust and a little bit of the filling, and I'm happy. I love the crust. I love pie crust very much. Um, Tried the same thing again with the leaves, and I feel like I did a better job on this one. I think because I got kind of the hang of it from the other ones. And the acorns have a combination of, like, I based them with pencil, and then I did highlighting with the acrylic marker. And I felt like I couldn't do anything more than that or I was going to mess it up. I could probably go in there with a fine liner, and you know what I just thought of? I have these fine liners, and they seem to cover lines pretty good. These are the Stabilo, Stabilo, whatever they're called. I got one here, which shouldn't be out, but it is out. Stabilo, yeah. Now, what color is this? Is that what I want? No, I want a brown. I'm gonna use one of those, I think, to line that acorn. And then we'll see what we're gonna work on next. I need a beige. There's a lot of colors in this. I love it. Love them. But now I gotta see them. Oh, I think it might be this one. Maybe. I don't want to take them all out. So I want to get the right one without having to take them all out. I'm going to take a few out. Let's see which one is the best. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, I really like these pens. I'm glad that I got them. Even though I'm trying not to buy any more stuff, which, like, I've already kind of busted that again. Because I got coloring books coming from Dover. All because I did a survey. They said, hey, would you do this survey for us? We'll give you a $20 off coupon that you can use until, I don't know, like the end of November or something like that. I guess I was like, why wait? I'm using it now. And I did. Okay. We'll see from those. That's a lot. I think that's pretty much all the ones that are close enough. So yes, I'm really, really, really liking this book. And I'm liking that it has me using acrylic, the acrylic markers. Excuse me, which I hadn't even thought of using in this when I first got them, but okay, that's probably not going to cover that. Oops, nope. Okay, now I gotta try not to make it look like a mistake. I don't know, does it change the color a little bit though? I can't tell. It did something. It's weird because it. Next try. I don't know. I may have to. No, I feel like it's going to start digging into the paper because these are really fine liners. They're 0.04 tip. So let me use. Let me see. I wonder if I got the skill. Do I have the skill to just do that little tip? I'm gonna put that marker back. Where is it? I know where it is. So when I was clearing up the pencils on my desk. Boy, okay, so what do we want? It's one of these. I think I want this one. So I'm glad I got these too. Those Tanmet markers. And so I might have to doctor it up a little bit, but I really almost another thing I was trying to do when I was working on these pages was to let the black underneath the marker kind of work as providing that the shading or contouring, whatever the values, um, like to make it work for you. That the black is there so it can actually be, you know, I don't know, kind of work with it. And I think this is the white. This has a white. I'm going to see what happens if I do this. Even though I'm probably going to put in a background of this too. That might hide it for a little while for now. I'm thinking of using the Marabou art crayons for the background. But then I also thought, oh, well, yeah, I don't know if I should use distress inks on this paper. But since I'm not using them for anything else, I thought maybe I could do that. Then I did the metallic color on the stars, but they don't really look metallic. So I might have to go over these and use a gel pen to make them look more starry. So there's that one. And then, like, I didn't have enough, and I actually went to bed late last night and went to bed at like 1 o'clock or something like that. And up to the minute I was coloring in here. And I used pencil for this one because the objects are smaller. So I thought, well, let me go to pencil. So I used Prismacolors in here. And when I first saw the page, for some reason, I wanted a striped awning. So that's what I did. I put in a striped awning. I went out on a limb and did it. So let me put these guys back. I think I might, I wonder if I should paint the black on the snake page. That's kind of relaxing. It was fun painting these breads, but I feel like I need a bread reference now. I need to look at a picture now just to get. I want to put some variation in some of them, so I need a bread reference. I'm sure this thing is broken. I wish I knew. I wonder if it's in here upside down. Oh, you know what it is? This guy. That's what I'm talking about on this thing. I think it's on there upside down. I wonder if these pens will be okay if I seal it. This jar. I got this from one of we used to have, like, it was like a dollar store, but it was kind of like a very localized kind. Like it, I don't know. And they had the coolest stuff there. Yeah, it needed to be reversed because now it's closing. Um, I don't know. They left. They're not there anymore. And I'm really sad because I could find some really good stuff in there that like you would not find even in a dollar store. Um, that was really neat. Um, I got a lot. I used to buy stuff there for when I was doing oil painting. I'd buy things there like to put into still lifes, and have this one like might have been the first still life I did outside of school, and it was this kind of brass armadillo. And I remember my father-in-law wanted that painting. I'm like, no, it's the first one I did. I love you, but that's the first one I ever did. I don't want to, I'm not giving it up. Um, Plus, when I look at it now, I'm probably going to think, that needs more work. So, yeah, I couldn't give that up. So, let's see. Snakes. Snake. Right. The snake page. So, I need to do black. I'm thinking of putting a gleam on there. I do kind of feel like using paint today. Let's see. Let me try to get to it. Let's see. It's these guys. Ooh. Oh, I was looking online today for doing research again on monitors that have, now I discovered the name of it. Of what I'm looking for is the capability for picture by picture, PBP. Oh my gosh, this is aggravating. First of all, it's aggravating. I keep looking. I was like, I'm spending more money on technology. I really don't. And then I'm just so tired over the past 5 years of like looking for things to fit the situation and having to adapt to it, and then one thing not working and with the other thing, and I'm just so tired of that nonsense that I just don't want to be in that position again. I'm like, what if they're about to update that whole thing with picture by picture, and like I'm gonna suddenly have the capability to do it on the things I already have or make it happen easier. And then I would have spent money for a new monitor for what? But I don't know. It's really aggravating. Well, the candle. I don't need a candle right now. Let's move this too. What I need is a paintbrush. I need a paintbrush. And I think I need a little one. I need some water. Water. I need water. I need a cup. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I know the space is small. I'm only using one color. So maybe I can get away with a smaller cap. There we go. So I was looking around, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. But I feel like if I don't do that, if I don't get the monitor, I feel like I'm in danger of putting too much stuff on one of my computers, and then I'll be in the same situation again. And actually on the computer that was always like the fan was always running on it, the one that I used to do my lives on. And I don't want that to happen. I feel like next stop is like, I gotta go buy a new fan, which isn't, it's not that big of a deal, but then it's like I gotta research it, whatever. And then whatever else might have failed because the fan failed, I'm gonna have to deal with. But I feel like getting a new monitor that has PBP capability, that's quite a large price to pay to prevent that. And I don't know. It's weird. I probably should use my teeny tiny. Let's do this. What is that? I'm trying to wipe it off and I get more of something. Something I don't want. Oh, this isn't working for me too good. Let's see how much we can spread this color. So I'm thinking, as I, particularly like with what happened to that camel page when I used acrylic paint on it, I'm thinking that I probably need to use a palette for these. If I'm doing a big space like that and it's kind of, I don't know, I feel like I probably should have varied the color a little bit and treated it as like different shades for different sections. And I just slapped it all over the whole thing. So I actually do have a palette now that I think about it. So, a little plastic one that I can use on my desk. So I think next time I get a space that large that I want to use acrylic paint on, I'm gonna use that and mix, which turns into a whole different kind of production. But I think I can handle it. And I actually may do that when I may go over the blue camel page with acrylic that I've mixed to kind of improve how it looks and really get it to look the way I kind of envision it. I don't know. Show me in the tiny painting isn't for me. It really isn't. Or so I say. Watch. Something's going to happen and that's going to be all I'm doing. Tiny painting. I am thinking about starting to paint in a sketchbook though. After watching some YouTube videos, like maybe I watched them like 3 weeks ago, and this woman talks about how she paints in her sketchbook, kind of like for an idea. She'll put it in there first in some kind of way just to kind of play with the colors and see, what she likes best or whatever. And I thought, you know what, I never thought of doing that. Maybe. Okay, corner. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Gotta watch these things on my desk. Me and water. That's a very little cap of water on here because I'm like, I don't trust myself. was thinking of like this artist that we had to visit for my class. It actually was a couple where they're both artists. And the husband was always teasing the wife about she has these huge paintings, but she really, I mean, she takes her time with them, and she has like she'll be using like a tiny brush, like even smaller than this. And he was saying, yeah, that little brush will have just one hair on it, just one hair, but she has to use that brush. It was funny. And she was saying, well, it's the only way I can do this thing on here. It's only got one hair. They're like the most down to earth people ever. They were so cool. And she was extremely stylish, like, but down to earth. She was very, I don't know, she just was a cool person. She was pretty too. Older, but she was really beautiful. Inside and out. I'm doing this, hoping I don't go over the line. Now my eyes are starting to cross. It's like, whoa. It's like, what is that? I'm put my glasses on. Because I can't quite tell what's going on. Hmm. Do a little playing now. Maybe a little bit of work before I go to bed. Or find something else to play with. It's kind of like semi work, semi play. I could try and do more work tonight and then maybe have more time tomorrow to play, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel like doing that. My brain may have had enough today already. You. I feel like I need a smaller brush, but I really don't feel like getting any other brushes out, to be honest. When I was downstairs digging in my painting stuff the other day, looking for that, whatever I was looking for, I can't remember what I was looking for, but I have a whole tub of brush cleaner. It's like soap, and it cleans your brushes, but it also like conditions them when it cleans them. And I thought, oh, I'm like, but I'm not sure that I'm not sure that these brushes are necessarily worth it. I don't know. Don't like the one I'm using. But they might be. I think that's as good as I'm going to get with that. Any closer and I'm in danger of spotting it up. I'm going to spot it up. So I have this coming Friday off. Ooh, I just thought of that. Yay! Ooh, short week. I like that. So I have this coming Friday off. And Thursday, I'm getting my flu and COVID shots. So actually, that was one reason why I scheduled it for then, because if then I won't be missing work if I don't feel so hot afterwards. I'm pretty hardy, but you never know. So I'm gonna check and see what time I get that. I can't remember what time. If it's morning or after. I think it's morning because I made the appointment a long time ago. Um, so I was able to get in first. And I get to go into Walgreens. I like Walgreens because it's so clean and organized in there. So I'm probably going to go also pick up something while I'm there that I usually can only get there, or it just looks nicer there. Excuse me. Sometimes they have nice things in the bins. They don't have coloring books. Thank goodness. I might be in trouble. But I looked at today. I looked at the Dover order. They said that it's been shipped. So like it's at the shipper waiting to go out or whatever. And I was looking at the books I got again, and I was like, oh. And I was like, huh? And I was like, oh, huh? As I looked at the list, I was like, why did I get that? Well, we'll see. I'll show them to you when I get them. Well, I know like two of them are like fall themed, so that was the reason why I got those. Some of them were mandalas, and because I'm looking for new mandala books, so I can keep doing those and maybe do some in different books. And then there's a couple other ones that they look interesting, and I don't really know what they're going to look like, but I'm getting them. So, I mean, they sound interesting, but it could be hit or miss. Might be a miss. I don't know, but we'll find out. And I have some pages I need to print. Keep saying that, but I have to do it. I feel like once I do it, it's going to be a whole. I have problems with like how it comes out, the alignment of them, and I don't know how to set my printer settings for it to purposely come out a particular way. And I have to figure that out, and I think I'm not ready to like apply that much brain matter to it. But who knows, maybe like this weekend I'll print a bunch of them out. So we got one spot? Nope, two. At least two. Now see, this is the other thing with acrylic paint. You can really water it down. I wonder how well pencils go over it if you have it really watered down and not so opaque. I wonder if pencil will go over it well. I'm gonna have to try that. See what happens. So just like with a water-based marker, you could black out color on a coloring page and then go over it with pencil. Or some other marker. I need to try that with a page to see. There's that one. Oh, I gotta color tongues in here. Tongues and eyes and a little more detail on the head. And I'm thinking I'm gonna make those gleamy or something. I don't know. It's hard trying to figure out what to do with that part. Where am I trying to go? In here. This part's a little scary. So I left it for last. And that's why I didn't do it when I first colored in the black. I was like, this looks a little tricky. And I was supposed to keep going with a toothpick and go dot, 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 dot. But I have to have my spectacles on for this one. Is that actually a flower? What is that? No, it's not. Sometimes it's hard to tell the way his images are. Kind of quasi abstract. I'm going to try to get in closer. Then I guess there's supposed to be like Prime Day or something like that coming up. Is it like on the 8th or something like that? So I wonder if maybe, I still don't want to spend the money, but I wonder if they'll have a monitor on sale for that. The one that I saw on there that I saw at least one good review about it. Because it seems like this is, I don't know, wherever I'm looking, I don't see much of a conversation about this. About the using two devices with one monitor and having them display at the same time. I wasn't seeing a lot of conversation about it. But I found some on Reddit, and I went and looked up the monitors that that person was talking about, and one was like, "Heck no, I ain't paying that much money." And then the other one was like, "Oh, well, that price isn't too bad." And I tried to look at some of the other monitors that company had, but like you have to look very specifically for them to say that it does PVP, because they don't all have that capability. And I don't want a new monitor unless it's going to do that. Otherwise, I don't need one. This one is fine. The only thing I can't do is look at both devices at the same time um, on the screen. And that's what I'm trying to do so I can avoid downloading duplicate things or, apps or whatever onto computers and then wind up in the same situation I was before with too much crap on the computers. I'm trying to keep as much in the cloud as I can, but sometimes things get so busy where like I just have to, I can't do that. I think we got it covered. Okay, now we got to scope for other spaces while we get this paint out. I still don't know what the heck that thing is. We may have gotten them all. There's a spot underneath the bed. I don't know if it's because it's black or what, that this doesn't look messy. I mean, I don't know. I just can't believe it. I can't believe I did this. Basically. Good thing it's recorded so that I know I actually did. Because, I wonder if this needs to be any darker. I don't know. I could always probably go in with pencil a little bit to darken some of these. Okay, I think that's it for Snake Dudes. Snake Dudes, I'm gonna wash this brush. Doesn't need a lot, but just a little bit. I'll be right back. then we'll probably cut off. Wait. So I wonder if the leaves in the Adirondacks are starting to change yet. Oh. So it's always a nice drive in the fall. Oh my gosh, this mat is ridiculous. I'm trying to move closer. Oh. Okay. This was a nice day today outside. That kind of has me thinking about that. Okay, so I need to do next, I need to finish this tail. Finish his tail. Need to do this snake, this thing. All their eyes and tongues. How many have their tongues out? Only 2 have their tongues out? Looks that way. And this thing that I don't know what it is. I'll probably just make it something shiny metallic. Just because I don't know what it is. So let's just make it shiny. Something shiny. Oh, and I never did like the windows on the plane. So we're almost done. That's it for that. Okay. So I'm gonna put that up there to dry. And we're gonna go back to this. Oh, I want to do markers again. Can I do the truck with a marker? That's kind of scary. I could do the pumpkins and the corn. I hate not going in order though. One thing when I saw this, I was like, oh, I want to make that a window. Oh, I gotta figure out how to make that a window. And I was like, I had fun coloring this cup though, in the breads. Can I do the truck? I feel like the truck needs... What can I use for the truck? Do I want to use alcohol markers? I'm so bad with them things. But you don't get better without using them, right? Where are they? I know they're not that far away. I don't think they are. Why do I not see them? Oh. So I just kind of feel like it's a little small for me to try using the acrylic markers. This way I can want to use the alcohol ones. We have to find them. They all come in these black bags, so it's like everything's black. It's like, I don't know, it's not that black bag, it's this black bag. Oh, there it is right there. I think we're going to use alcohol markers. Kung Fu Shop. Whatever that is. Wherever that is. And Let's see. And push my desk drawer in a little bit. Let's see if I can move my chair up. Ugh. I don't know. I see that truck. I think blue. We're just going in. Blue. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I need more light. That's what's bugging me. I don't have enough light. Oops. It's under there. I wonder. Seems like I'm going to have to go back in and do the light colors. I need a thingy. Oh yeah, this one. Wish I had done this before. Too late now. I started later. Something else I was thinking this would help me with coloring in this book. When I color Bubble Studios cards and her images, she has on Etsy, and I have some of her cards I won't mess it up. That I can use marker and not mess it up, because I've been afraid of messing them up, and that's why I haven't colored in them yet, like entirely. I started one, but I kind of stopped because I was like, I don't want to mess it up. So help me get my mind right so I can approach those with a little more knowledge. And this is just a fun book to color in. It really is. And really, it's helping me figure out how to show values when you're using markers. Because with oil painting, it really is very much, the pencils are, it works a lot like oil painting with that, with the blending. You do a lot of blending. And that's kind of what I like about oil painting, is it also gives you a lot of time to manipulate the paint to blend. But like with markers, you don't get that, really. Definitely not with acrylic markers. Not the little I know about them. You know, so it's kind of helping me play with that. And I think in my mind, I have like this memory of like pictures, that illustrations I've seen in like picture books, like as a kid and whatever, and where they had certain marks and things. I feel like that comes back to me, like one reason why, I don't know, those things stood out to me in the pictures. I mean, because I like pictures, I like drawings and art and stuff, and so maybe by osmosis, maybe I can. Osmosis, of course, is not the word, but I'm just using it. Um, I will have absorbed some of that in my memory. Now I almost wish I hadn't gone that dark at first, but it's too late now. It's too late. I don't know what we just did there. Remember, I don't know what I'm doing. So if this turns out looking awful, just know, don't do what she did. I don't know why I'm using the pointy end. I can switch back and forth. I've actually been thinking on off and on about this one book that I want. That I have the ebook is like really inexpensive. Well, not really inexpensive. I think it was like $20 or something like that. And the hardcover is like $100. I don't know what the deal is with this book. Like if there's like some copyright thing going on or whatever, it's really kind of crazy. I'm like, why is this book $99? Like what, you know? Because I really don't like reading books, you know, electronically. I don't like that at all. Bugs me. And I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make this. But because I like to write notes inside my book, you know, on the book, on the pages of the book, and I can't do that in an ebook. Even ebooks that like Kindles or whatever that allow you to make notes, um, it's a big interruption. If I could talk the note then and keep reading, then maybe it would flow. But like, no, you got to stop, figure out how the app actually lets you take the notes, and take the note, write it down, and then you wind up like having to edit and do this and do that, and by then you forgot where you are in the book. But I actually was thinking about that book today and thought, well, you know, if you have that book and if it's worth that much money, to have it means it's really worth something. If you wanted to sell it. But I don't understand why it's not, why an authorized publication of it isn't in print. Oops, I just went over that part I colored. Um, oh, I don't understand that. And it seems like such, I don't know, it seems like an important book to still be in print. So that's another thing I don't get. Really, I don't know. I don't often come up against things like that, but this is like, I think, the third time I've come up against something like that with a book that I wanted. One of them, one time they told me for me to get it, I'd actually have to pay money to borrow it at the library. I'm like, what? And I'm talking pay $50 to borrow the book. I was like, that's okay. I'll find a way to live without it. Oh my god, that was annoying. I was like, this is like the only thing that's written on this. Why can't I, like, why is it $50 just to borrow it? There's another book I can't even find. I guess it's like it's not in print anywhere, I guess. But this one woman quotes it in something that she wrote, and I was like, well, she had to have a copy of it, so where did she find hers? Don't let me have to, like, actually write that person. Say, where'd you get that book? Can you find me one too? So, kind of like, I don't know, I guess I'm really perseverating on this one book because it really does seem to be, ooh, that looks weird. Why did I do that? What does the girl look like? I'm probably gonna have to make that sober or something. Hmm, I don't know. I would, that's what I'm thinking about doing when I get off of here. Instead of doing more work, just reading. Just relax and read. I'm doing, spending all this time on the one truck, but it deserves it. Plus, I'm trying to learn something. I'm thinking, should the dark be on the inside or the outside? Or a little of both. And, well, see, if I were really good, I'd probably be using 3 colors, but I ain't good at all, so I'm just using 2 to try and figure it out. I'm about to mess it up, too. think I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I'm gonna color this one. The whole thing a lighter color. And then whatever seems like it should be dark going after. Because I can't really tell right now. What is that? So, there we go. Little puppy in the window. Some of the tires. I don't know if I should do the inside or not. Doesn't matter. It'll look nice with orange pumpkins in the back. So it says 70 and 144. Pale baby blue and royal blue. Oh, excuse me. What time is it? Anyway, 6:49. Okay. So we got the puppy. I'll test out our colors on here because they're kind of wonky. Oh, excuse me. Pinkish. I think I want pinkish. Pinkish. Kind of too light. Save that for skin tones. There's cream. I feel like I use this color way too much, but I don't know, I like this one. That's why I use it too much. I like it. Cyan. Okay, now I kind of did that. I may have done that backwards because this color actually is darker, I think. Yep. Oh well. So it's weird getting used to not having to wear a rubber band on my teeth while I'm awake. I've caught myself a few times. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot my rubber band. It's like, wait a minute, you don't need one in the day anymore. So, which is nice. Even though the power chain it makes it different trying to talk, but it's not bad. This is a darker color. I might need to go darker. Because once this Rise. There we go. So now, excuse me. I like these pages and I like using markers because it's kind of like instant gratification. You know, get your color right away. Right away. No waiting. Yeah, I'm going to use it. Even though it might not be quite the... Whoops. Oh, maybe not. It's there now. Too late. You know how I do. Think about it and do it at the same time and cry about it later. And use this one. So again, this book is by Bailey Black Creative. And you can get it on Amazon. And it's called Bold and Easy Fall into Fun Coloring Book. And I am enjoying the heck out of this book. And using things I haven't used much, nor with really any skill before. And so I'm really enjoying this instant color. Let's try this orange. Is that the color? I don't know. It's a little too close to it. Lighter. Need much later. Maybe that orange I saw the... it's kind of pink though. I want pink. Nope, not that one. Ooh, this one. Light orange. Let's try this. Oh, that kind of looks... I know the color's here somewhere. Somewhere. Where are you? That's a possibility, but I don't know. I like this one better. I think. I don't want them to look like they got the pox. Pox pumpkins. Pox pumpkins for sale. You don't want that. Or we'll just call them rustic. Rustic pumpkins. I can't even say the words. So they have some texture. Yeah, I probably could have done a little better with that, but maybe we'll go over it with pencil or something later. I think this was over here. Nope, this was over here. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Okay, next. The tips. Okay. Ooh, wow. It's soaking that up. Wow. It's like absorb. Freaking mat. I don't know where them things are coming from. Hey, is this one or this one? I'm gonna go with this one. But I don't know if it's gonna. It's gonna leave a little dot. Okay. So there's no such thing as really silver. I did a gray though. We just do a line on the window to make it look like this is glass. This is glass. Let's do the tires. Okay, that looks like black. It says it's cool gray. Looks black to me. I know, that's the reason why you swatch, but that's too much like right. I can't do that. Boy, I'm so glad thinking of it being a short week. This sounds wonderful. I'm getting kind of messy with that. So where's the hubcap? Is the whole thing a hubcap? It's gotta be, right? Let's see this. It dries a lot lighter. But the dark gray doesn't. I think I'm gonna have to use the lighter one. I don't know where the light would be hitting it. It's kind of weird looking. I wonder if I should have alternated my colors on that. On the tire. Can't see them at all now. I don't know. We might have to go over these with white pen or something, because I'm not feeling how they. And make all those, stops and starts. You can see them on the page. I was trying to feel out where is there supposed to be some kind of shade? Or light. I'll leave it at that. I wonder. So we need lights. I don't know what to do those with. I like the truck though. How long has it been? See, I always wind up being on here like an hour and a half or something like that. That's wild. I think I'm going to stop there because I want to think about what to do with the chrome, the grill, the lights. The running board can probably be the same blue. I need to figure out what to do with the hubcaps. Yeah, so I'm going to wait. So that's it for me for today. And I'm going to go find something else to do. We'll run around the house a little bit. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye.